Hey there everyone, it's the Electric Hustler here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about why e-bikes and anything electric is better than a car or a vehicle. So I'm not going to waste your time, let's get right into the video. So, the reasons why I think, in my personal opinion, why e-bikes, electric unicycles, electric scooters, that category is better than cars, for one, is the income. So the income that I make on my e-bike, I'm going to explain on an e-bike just because it's easier for me to explain and not waste y'all's time so much. But compared to a car on income, all the money I make more or less goes in my pocket. Now, of course, if you want to compare that as far as what you got to pay for, so yes, standard things like utility bills and stuff like that. But what mainly stays in my pocket, I get more in my pocket on an e-bike than a car because I don't got so much maintenance work like motors, transmissions, oil changes, tune-ups, brakes, tires, stuff like that. But as far as on an e-bike, the main things I gotta pay for basically, and they're actually cheaper if you compare it to, if you compare a year's worth of maintenance on a car and a year's worth of maintenance on an e-bike or a bicycle, it actually is a lot cheaper. So basically, the only things I gotta pay for on my e-bike are tires, inner tubes, brakes, and that's basically it. Unless that's only maintenance work. The rest of the income goes towards like bills and things I need, for my work, which is DoorDash and Uber Eats. But other than that, if I don't gotta buy anything right away, it just goes straight to my savings. Now, number two thing is you can look at it as a pro or a con. Sorry, I'm just trying to wake up and the weather makes my allergies go weird. But anywho, I'm sorry you guys. But anywho, number two reason is basically if you talk about I can't think of my allergies, sorry. So the second reason is, like I say, pro or con, whichever way you look at it, is basically the weather. So yes, in a car you can have, basically, when it's cold outside, you turn the heat on. When it's hot outside, you turn the air on. An e-bike, you don't really have the luxury of, now in the summertime, yes, when you're riding, especially on an e-bike, cruising 18 miles an hour plus, obviously, yes, you have the air conditioning because the wind hitting your face while you're riding on the summertime. Now, the wintertime, you really don't have anything as far as like a heater, to keep you warm. But there's always a workaround and there's always something you could do. So as far as what I have, and they make is heated jackets. So basically, you're gonna put basically like $100 aside for a heated jacket, or let's say 100 to 150, maybe 200, but it's worth the investment. So you're gonna get a heated jacket. Of course, the power button is what controls like your low, medium, and high, because it's got like the thermal heating element stuff in it, and it's powered by a power bank. So I have an Anker, I think 20,000 milliamp battery power bank, and it basically can charge, as far as devices, I want to say at least 3 to 4 times from 0 to full. I never truly tested that, but I probably should. Of course, it has, the one I have though has the 2 ports where it's built-in cords. So it's got the regular, I think, USB, so the regular square one, I think what you call it. And then as far as the like built-in cords, It's got the USB-C and the Lightning connector, which of course that's for older model iPhones. Don't get me wrong. Now a lot of newer iPhones don't have that, just USB-C. Which, if they upgrade to both USB-C, I'll probably buy that one and then just have the original one I have as a backup. Fine. But because basically everything uses USB-C now than Lightning, and of course I'm making this video on my new iPhone, which I want to try iPhones out, and I think it does a little better. And that's for a whole different video. But as far as the other reasons why, and I'm starting to get a little sidetracked, but like I say, let's get back to the topic of a heated jacket. So basically, it'll keep you warm during the winter, and that's basically how you can get around that in the wintertime. Now, of course, you gotta buy heated gloves too, or like thermal stuff to keep you warm, but that's another separate video. Now, another reason is if you have, hold on a minute, you guys. So another reason is, you guys, on top of the weather, so when it rains, yes, a car, all of your stuff is dry, and you're in a dry vehicle, you don't worry about getting wet unless you're going just to get outside of your vehicle and go into like a restaurant or whatnot. You're not basically consistently in the rain getting soaked or drenched. Now, yes, on an e-bike, if you don't have the proper gear, which basically that's what I talked about a little bit earlier in this video, you got to have the proper gear and set yourself up for success. And the common phrase that I think I recently heard, but I'm going to use it, it's better to have it and not need it, but need it and not have it. Or something like that. But anywho, so let's say, oh, it's raining. Oh, I don't got a rain suit, I'm going to get soaked. Well, they make versions of that. So depending on what you ride, like an e-bike, for example, I have a rain suit, and it's a full yellow rain suit. It's an older one that my stepdad found for me, and it's not bad, but I'm going to get something that's a little bit lighter, and will also, because they make one that covers also the whole e-bike and the full body, so I'm going to get that. I'm going to order that, and I'm going to make that a separate video too, about basically the gear and whatnot to have. So basically, no matter what kind of weather conditions there is, there's no excuse to go out and make income. So I know this video is basically 8 minutes long now. I know I got a lot on my mind to say, and I'm thinking what I'm saying out loud. So, and if I have to repeat myself, excuse me for that. But that's pretty much it as far as pros and cons. Now, if you stayed to the end of this video, comment Electric Hustler in the comments that you got. Let me know that you guys watched the end of the video, and also let me know what you guys think of the new name, and that's a whole other separate video in itself too. But as far as the video goes, that's why I think e-bikes, electric unicycles. Oh, another thing before I forget too. Another thing that I forgot is cars gotta deal with traffic. E-bikes and whatnot do too. However, oh, and let me just keep chit-chatting too a little bit, because it might be a little bit longer of a video. But, so, for example, with the, like I was saying, with the weather, I'm going to backtrack to that. So the weather is basically, in the summertime, okay, basically the shade. So on an e-bike, I can basically sit in the shade on Thermal Belt Rail Trail, or I can sit in the shade pretty much anywhere I can find shade. However, a car, you don't really have much shade. It's just kind of like you're in the sun, you're just going to deal with it. Yeah. Now, another thing I think I was thinking of is, I don't think I was thinking of anything else, but, oh, as far as my channel goes, this It's going to be a little longer than 10 or 11 minutes. But I just want to let you guys know that if you did make it to the end of this video, again, like I say, comment Electric Hustler and let me know, guys, what you guys think of the new name. And that's a whole nother separate video, but I just wanted to update my name a little bit for my channel because I don't mind Wheelie Good Eats, but I wanted something more simpler, more easy to remember, catchy, kind of similar to another YouTuber I watch, and also kind of have my own slogan, which is kind of similar to his, but that's as far as my opinion on why I think e-bikes are better than vehicles. And to sum that all up, for maintenance wise on vehicles, it costs a lot more for maintenance on a vehicle than an e-bike. But alright, you guys, and I'll make a part 2 if you want me to about that, if you want me to touch up on certain things why. But alright, you guys, let me end this video with my new catchphrase, which my slogan, and let me guys know what you guys think of that too. But alright, you guys, don't forget, grind, hustle, earn, repeat. Alright, you guys, see you in the next one. Peace.